Hey guys, I wanted to do this real quick. I seen that people were doing a response back to Sleeve Singer for their breaking point. I wanted to add mine in as well. My breaking point the first time in 2008 was when I had to take a photo shoot, and the photo shoot, like I was fat in the face like I am now, but I was a little bit more bloated, and I was like really, that I had that look going on. And I just watched Haitian Cuties video, and like her, I have always had that whole um, when I gained the weight. I started gaining weight after my first pregnancy. I was 25, and I gained 100 pounds with my daughter. I was like 197 because I've always been like a thick girl. I was never like, I got hair on my face, I'm sorry. I was never a real small chick, never. I always like wore like a 12, and maybe we'll get to a 14, but we'll go back to a 12, you know, all through my early 20s and my college years. So, and I was good with it because everything fell in place, and I wasn't what you would call, people would say, was sloppy fat. I wasn't that at all. This is my eyes bother me. But I wasn't the sloppy fat chick, so I was all right with it. So I started having health problems too because I had gained 100 pounds and I was at like 297, almost 300 pounds after her birth. I lost like 30 pounds of that, and I never really lost the weight again. So more weight started adding on because as long as I was like the type of person of, as long as I'm looking right in my clothes and I'm pulling myself together, I'm good. I never had a problem with men or anything like that. I've always been good. But I would have problems. I started getting sick. Like, well, I didn't even know it was really me getting sick. My legs were kept swelling up, and like I thought I had blood clots in my legs. And I was like 31 at this time, and I was starting to have these problems. After my second daughter, I had my second daughter at 28, and I actually lost weight. But I lost weight to gain it back during the pregnancy. So that happened with her when I was 31. I started having like issues with my legs swelling up, blood pressure started going up heavy, and I was like, okay. And that's when, in my mind, because I was never a scale person, I stayed just going by my clothes size, and if I just looking at myself, like looking in the mirror, like, oh, I ain't big, I'm good. I got up to like the 360 something that I told y'all about, and I didn't see that. And so I was like, when I had went to the doctor and found out my real weight, and they were telling me I was borderline diabetic. This was 2008, and I was like, but actually it was 2007 because I had the surgery February 2008. I was like, and I seen the pictures back from my photo shoot because I just got signed and I do a photo shoot, and I cried when I got the pictures back. And people was like, "What's wrong? You look good." And I was like, no, I I'm big. And everybody was like, well, okay, you look the same to us. And I was like, why didn't nobody ever tell me I was this big? And they was like, well, this is what you always, I mean, this is what we've got used to. We thought you knew. Honestly, I didn't know I was that big. I mean, I was embarrassed. I was hurt. I mean, I was in underneath the covers for a minute because I wouldn't come out because I was like, how did I let myself get this big and why didn't nobody tell me? So I went through that depression stage with that, and then the diabetes. They was like, you're borderline diabetic. They want me to start taking these pills. The high blood pressure started happening. I was getting dizzy, passing out, and I was like, you know what? I have to do something. My grandmother had passed away, and I really got depressed. I really got depressed because she raised me, and I gained more weight, and that's it was like 363, and I had to get the I went for the lap band surgery. That's what made me do it the first time because my health, and I was like, I'm gonna end up dying. I got these two kids, and who's gonna take care of my kids when I'm going? So that was the first time, and I got the lap band surgery, and I started losing the weight. This time, I was like, I was just gonna get the lap band out because I told you I got frustrated after a while, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it myself. And oh, I forgot. I'm sorry because I'll be backtracking. My mind goes a mile a minute because it just does. When I had got like to like the after I had my first child, I had like I did do the fen thing. We was going to the doctor getting B12 shots, water pills, and taking phentermine. From the 270, I did get a little bit smaller, but then when I stopped the pills, like my mouth was dry. I had the whole insomnia, my heart racing. It felt like I was on speed. What it is, speed. You know, I felt like I was like ready to drop dead any moment. I had to leave the pills alone. I tried the Weight Watchers thing. It was a joke to me. I did with my job, it just wasn't working. Um, Tried to work through the gym, just straight gym. I would lose a little bit of weight, gain it right back. And I know, and with the lap band, I know the lap band was a tool for me to help, but it just malfunctioned on me. It just didn't do. I didn't do well with it. So this breaking point time, um, when I gained weight back this second time, honey, I felt it all in my legs, my hip, like if I get up off of a floor or something, like I have to hold on to something like to pull myself up for leverage. I'm 37 years old, and that should not be happening. Um, like it's just I'm hurting. I'm having joint pain like I'm 60. This time when the weight came back, it came back with a vengeance, and I'm hurting, y'all. Like I'm hurting. Like climbing the steps, and now I have sleep apnea. I didn't have that the first go around with the surgery. This time they got me on the CPAP machine, and I stopped breathing like 17 times an hour while I'm asleep. That scared me. So those are the reasons, and my main reason, to be honest, I want to feel good about myself again. You know what I mean? And I want to be here for my children. And I had to ask myself this question, and some people might get offended for what I'm getting ready to say. I had to ask myself, how many morbidly obese people do you see live to be an old age? I can't name one. So that was enough right there for me to be like, I got to handle my business because I want to be here for my children. I want to see my grandchildren. I have a 13-year-old and 9-year-old, and grandchildren ain't coming for a long time. So that means I need to be here for a long time to see this come to pass. So those are my breaking points. I want to be here for my children. I want to be healthy. I don't want to be sickly. I want to enjoy life. I just want to be healthy. So that's what made me, the whole surgery situation. And I really want to feel good about me. Because just like I said, I was all on a Monique. Big is beautiful, BBW, this is that and the other. But big is not healthy. All right, guys, until next time.